Alright guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be checking out the banner unit Jaco. Now, I think this guy is actually going to be very useful in so many events, because this guy has a great chance to dodge in slot 1. He just is a dodging unit overall too, in any slot, of course, but it does kind of drop depending on what slot you have him in, which we'll go over when we read his kit. But this guy is just very useful. He's a great Super Battle Road unit. He debuffs the enemy, he has a chance to stun, and overall, compared to a lot of the other banner units, I think this guy is a very, very, very solid option. Banner units this year have been very, off and on, or very hit or miss, I should say. They're either very good, or they suck. For instance, look at the Worldwide Celebration. Part 1, we had something like, well, I can pull it up right here. Part 1, we had this STR Piccolo, who is crazy. One of the best units in the game. Not even best banner units in the game. Defensively, this guy's a beast. Offensively, he's very solid. He's supporting, and he's just a great addition. But then next, we had something like the Tech Krillin and Gohan, who were one of the worst banner units in the game, and they only released about, a couple weeks after the STR Piccolo. So, again, banner units have just been have just been very hit or miss. So the fact that this guy is very good for sure is just a nice solid option, because he's helping out a few teams that need the help, like Special Pose and Defenders of Justice. Space Traveling Warriors and Movie Heroes don't really need it, but more additions to Movie Heroes is always nice, because that is probably easily one of the best categories in the game right now. I mean, just look at this monstrosity of a category. We got the Gammas, we got some of the worldwide units right here, we got the Gods, and then just so many good units on here. A lot to Easy A too. And, yeah, I think this is easily one of the best categories. So the fact that this guy is on there for sure says a lot about this unit and how much he's just bringing to the table in this game overall. So yeah, but before we get into his kit and everything, I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. It really does mean a lot to me. On that note, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check out the God of War channel, or the gaming channel, I should say, because Ragnarok is coming out very, very soon. So if you're looking forward to that, again, just make sure you check out the channel. But if you're not interested in any of that, yeah, just don't worry about that. And let's get right into his kit, I guess. So for his leader skill, we have Defenders of Justice. I know this says Ally of Justice. It's just worded a little bit differently. But this is Defenders of Justice, category Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 130%. Pretty good leader skill right there. Well, not really. Actually, that kind of sucks. 130 isn't really that great unless you're a newer player. But the category for sure needs more leads, because I feel like this category is very lackluster. So the more leaders we get for it, the better. Hopefully we can get a 200% leader for it someday, but I don't foresee that happening for a little bit. Alright, and then for a super attack effect, we have causes supreme damage with a great chance to stun the enemy. That great chance to stun is amazing. That's literally all his super attack effects do. He just has a great chance of stunning the enemy. So not really much to talk about there, but a great chance to stun is still something very reliable, something good for Super Battle Road, and I for sure think it's going to help a lot of players in a lot of scenarios. Alright, on to his passive. We have Ki +3, attack and defense plus 140%. I was about to say 180%. 140% is a very kind of wonky number, but I mean 140% is still a good, solid, just free attack and defense buff. So there's that, and then great chance of evading enemy's attack as the first attacker in a turn. High chance of evading enemy's attack, and attacked enemy's attack and defense minus 20% for 2 turns as the second or third attacker in a turn, plus an additional attack plus 60% when attacking an extreme class enemy, and an additional attack and defense plus 20% with each attack evaded up to 80%. So he does build up too, which means defensively and offensively, I guess, because he's building up attack and defense. He's going to be getting better as you progress through the fight and get more dodges. He gets some extra attack when facing an extreme class enemy, which will get active because we're going to go in the Legendary Vegeta event, and then we're going to hop in the Cell Max event, because I'm curious, I mean, just to show the utility of this guy in the Cell Max event, where this guy obviously has type disadvantage, but that dodging, just his dodge chance is so high, I think you could still bring him in an event like that. So I just want to showcase that a little. And yeah, he unfortunately does drop to a high chance to dodge as the second or third attacker in a turn, but I think a high chance to dodge is still pretty reliable, 50%. A lot of units have a 50% chance to dodge, and, they still get utilized in these harder events, because a 50% chance to dodge is still pretty reliable, like I said. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it with this kit, I don't really think it matters whether you go full additional or full crit with him. Honestly, I feel like going full dodge is probably the way to go for this guy, just to maximize on how many dodges he's getting. But you kind of go however you want with this guy. Additionals are good because if you don't get the stun off the first time, you get it off the second time for sure, because, I mean, how would you lose 2 70% chances? If you don't get the stun off 2 times back to back, then you're just crazy unlucky. And then the crit obviously will help because this guy's damage is going to be a little bit lower, so the critical hits will just, you know, just get more damage in. And then, like I said, dodge is probably the most efficient because you can just get more dodgers, which is really what this guy's all about. So yeah. So no equipments, full level 10 links, and then these are his categories. His links aren't horrible either. You got Brainiacs, which is pretty good. It gives that 15% attack and defense. Resurrection F is pretty good. I mean, it gives, what, 10% attack and defense. And then he has some weird links like Patrol and like Flee and stuff like that and Signature Pose. But I still think he'll work all right. So again, yeah, this is the team we're running him on. I did bring a nuking item just to nuke with this guy because I like nuking with all my showcase units. But this guy is not going to hit like a crazy number or anything. In fact, this guy's going to probably hit, like, a very unimpressive number because just offensively, this guy isn't really going to be looking as crazy. So yeah. I did cheat, too. I brought this guy right here, the transform version of this guy, or I should say the exchanged version of this guy. But I had access to them, so I figured, why not? Might as well just bring him in the event because they link well with him. But yeah, I do have a lot of supports on here. Fortunately, we were able to get 2 support units on the second rotation with the Jaco, and I do believe we're going to have a good amount of our links active right here, so pretty good rotation up and coming after this. I want to make sure there's like a lot of attacks in slot 1 though, or I can't really make sure that. I just hope there's a lot of attacks in slot 1, because if there is, then that means that we can just throw him in slot 1. He has that 70% chance to dodge, and all the dodges he's going to be getting are going to be, like I said earlier when we were going over his passive, just building him up offensively and defensively. So I want to turn this down just a hair, because I feel like this is just a little too loud. Okay. So we're at 176k defense. Keep in mind we have about 65 defensive support right here. So, I mean, for sure, 65 defensive support, 65% defensive support. I feel like I said that weird. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, considering 170k defense with a 70% chance to dodge, I mean, that'll get you somewhere. Okay, so we only are going to be able to get 2 dodges off right here if we get lucky. But he is actually sharing more links than I thought with this Piccolo. Yeah, we get Brainiac, Solid Support, and Fierce Battle. So we do have a little bit of defense we're missing out on from links, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal. But alright, can we get both of these dodges off right here? Alright, we got one. Perfect, we got both of them off. So we have the 40% attack and defense from his passive right now. Remember, we can get 40% more. A little over 2 million right there. Pretty bad, he didn't even kill. I mean, I'd say that's not horrible. That's not a horrible offensive and defensive level, considering we're lowering attack and defense. We have a great chance to stun. Or no, we weren't lowering our attack and defense right there, but we could. We have a great chance to stun the enemy. And you know, he has that 70% chance to dodge. So I wouldn't say that's horrible necessarily. I would say that for sure he's bringing some value right there. But I usually like to wait till I critique units until they're fully built up. So I'll hold off on any negatives I have about the unit till then. Because, like I said, that rotation for sure was a little wonky. Even though he did have that 70% chance to dodge. So, I mean, that was still good. And he dodged all the attacks there. But just offensively, that did kind of suck. But hey, I mean, I digress because offensive units, there's so many of them in the game right now where we really just need more defensive units than we do offensive units. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slap him in slot 2 so he can get, hopefully he can get these 2 dodges off right here. But he's only going to have a high chance to dodge right here. So he might not get any off. We're at 218k defense. Pretty good considering we only have 30% defensive support. I mean, that's not horrible. We, again, have 3 out of 7 links active. And yeah, let's just see what attacks that we can get to. Because, again, we're a little bit more built up right here. We did lose a little bit of support, though. That's why I'm curious as to what attacks that he can get to. Because we lost out on the 35% attack and defense support from the Gohan. So 2 million on the dot. Yeah, not really that good. I mean, like I was saying earlier, though, the dodge is really what makes this unit. So, wow, we didn't get either one of them off. Okay. That is unlucky. So, alright, yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait until next rotation to get the remaining dodges off. But we only need 2 more dodges to be fully built up, so it's not really that big of a deal. And then this following rotation, we get him with his ideal linking partner, which is great. You know what? I'm gonna pop this just because why not? Let's see if we can one-turn this guy. Because we got support with these guys. We've got no links active. Okay, we've got Kamehameha and Super Saiyan active. Yeah. I want to see if I can one-turn with them. Just shows how crazy the 7th tier LRs are. It's not their showcase or anything, but, you know, still. 6.41, super effective against all types, and we have a guaranteed additional. Yeah, I've, like, memorized their kits, dude. These guys are just so crazy. I love these guys. Both the 7th tier LRs, they're just so good. I mean, I guess it's hard to think that they're almost a year old on JP, because these guys are just crazy. Wow, we can one-turn this. I was kind of joking, but I mean, okay. I guess it just goes to show how crazy they are and how power crept this event is. Alright, well, let's go. Easy one-turn. And this is a great rotation right here. We're going to have a lot more links active, so. Alright, so what are our links looking like? Perfect. We can be fully built up as long as we dodge all these attacks. And... Are you serious? Alright, so... okay. So we're at 256k defense. That's for sure pretty good considering we have a lot more links active right now. And, you know, we have that 70% chance to dodge. I am going to keep the Jaco in slot 1, though, just so we can get these dodges right here. Yeah, he does drop just a little bit defensively, but that's not really too big of a deal. I just want to make sure he gets these dodges off again, because getting those attack and defense buffs from his passive is really going to solidify this unit. So, yeah, we got the remaining dodges right there, and we are at 2.58. That still sucks. Again, like I was saying earlier, offensively, this guy is like a... I wouldn't say he's a 0, but he is for sure like a 1 or a 2, because a 2.5 million isn't really going to get you anywhere in any of these difficult events. Maybe it'll help you out in some of the less difficult events, because if he does a 2.5 million crit, I mean, that for sure could provide some damage. You know, that'll do a little bit. That for sure isn't completely useless, but I mean, if it doesn't crit or anything like that, it's pretty useless. So alright. So we are going to one-shot right here also, because we got 7 out of 7 links active, and we got that 35% support. Again, it's not the God showcase. Come on, if you have the gods, you know how much of a fun unit they are. They're just so fun. That's why movie heroes is just such a great category, because you got these guys, you got Bird Coup, you got Gamma 1 and 2, who are just so fun also. And just this category is just so great. I cannot wait till Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo come out on this category, because this category is just going to be infinitely more crazy with them. So, okay, so we're missing everything, we have every link active except for Flea and Resurrection F, so we're missing Flea and Resurrection F. And we are missing out on a little bit of attack and defense with that, because Flea does give, it gives 2 ki and a 10% dodge chance when HP is 50% or less. So that link actually does kind of suck. But Resurrection F is giving us some attack and defense, and we are missing out on that. So 366k defense, considering we could get 10% if we had Resurrection F active, we would be approaching 400k right here. So, I mean, that's pretty good. 366k defense with a 70% chance to dodge, I would argue is pretty impressive for a banner unit. But, I mean, offensively, this guy is pretty bad right here. Do keep that in mind, So, yeah, Alright, so we're taking a super attack right here. But actually, this is a full movie heroes rotation, so this Piccolo has that 30% damage reduction and the guard. This is going to be double digits. Okay, so it wasn't double digits, but if we had the attack and defense buff from receiving that first attack, it would have been. So, 3.86 right there. I mean, yeah, it just goes to show, like, even this Piccolo, who's not really a damage-dealing unit, is still hitting almost a 4 million attack stat. Okay, 3 million actually isn't that bad. I was about to get on the Jaco for hitting, like, a 2 million, but 3 million, yeah, and then it crit there, too, so it did some damage. And we got the additional. So if this guy's getting the crits and additionals off, he's doing actually decent damage for his defensive level. So, I mean, I for sure think that's pretty good. I think just the way this unit works as a whole is very, very useful. So yeah, I mean, that's him fully built up. I don't want this video to be too long, so I think I'm just going to call it here in the Legendary Vegeta event. And now we'll hop into the Cell Max event. Alright, so we are here in the Cell Max event, and I'm a little nervous. I had to switch up the team a little, as you can see. I added a couple int units and replaced some of the support units because they're just simply not good enough. But yeah, I'm a little nervous here because I feel like we for sure could get kind of messed up by the final phase. But by no means am I trying to win or anything. I'm just trying to show that the Jaco can for sure provide something in this event. You know, he can get dodges off. I just want to see him dodge a super attack, honestly. And I also kind of want to see him get hit by like one normal just to see how much damage he's going to take. Because this guy is going to get like one-shotted if he takes him, even a normal. So yeah. But first I got to get these rotations set up. I'm going to still run him alongside the STR Piccolo because they just work so well together because the Piccolo's supporting him and they share 3 out of 7 links, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but considering how like bad Jaco's link set is, that is actually pretty good. So okay, so we're taking a super attack right here, but you got to remember these first 2 phases of Cell Max do not hit hard at all. Oh yeah, and actually funny enough, I brought this guy too. Now I know there's been at least on my end, there's been a lot of talk about him not being like the God Goku and Vegeta not being crazy or anything, but I do want you guys to keep in mind that they're good. All right, I might talk smack about them because they're on the lower tier of Dokkan Festival units released in 2022, but they're still good for sure. They're gonna help you in so many events, and I don't know. I just feel bad for talking a bit down on them because they are really good. So I mean, 157k defense right there actually is pretty bad, but yeah, I digress. I don't know, because they build up and stuff too, so, and they get attack and defense on super attack, so you got to keep all that in mind. Okay, so right here we could get 3 dodges off, right? You're gonna give us all 3, so we got 1, and then we hit a 1.8 million attack stat for sure. Well, that's an attack stat, I'll say that. Why did we get hit once? Come on, Jaco. You got that 70% chance to dodge. What you doing to me? Alright, well, 3.6. That sucks, but we got to build up. And I don't like judging units until they're fully built up, as I'm sure you guys know. So, jumped up to 4.4. That's pretty impressive. But I've already done a showcase on these guys. You already know that they can be crazy once fully built up. Ooh, the triple super. Okay, okay. Getting a triple super is pretty useful because if I can just ensure he's going to be fully built up before the final phase of Cell Max, that's just going to help us that much more. So, that's great. And keep in mind, Int Majin Vegeta does not have his damage reduction right here. So, we are going to have to make sure we get a certain amount of orbs with him so we don't, well, get crushed, I guess. Because if we don't get that 30% damage reduction just from getting the, I think it's 6 orbs? I'll have to check his passive. Then we could take a lot of damage from super attacks. But I still think we'll be fine with normals, even if we don't get that damage reduction. At least we'll be fine with normals post-super attack. But we'll see. So, alright, taking a lot of attacks here. The good thing about this AoE Cell Max is he is going to be attacking a lot, of course, because the AoE. So, the Jack will just have more chances to dodge, which is going to be great. Alright, so basically 4 million. Pretty good, considering we didn't have that many links active right there. Alright, we got a crit. Okay, this could do a little bit of damage. Because we have type disadvantage, I guess. Yeah, 183k. I mean, that's alright. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that'll kill us. You know, we're still pretty much about half health, so. Alright, the additional. I really don't want these guys to go too crazy. Because we still need to get all those dodges with Jaco off, so don't kill. Okay, yeah, good. I wasn't really paying attention to his health, so I didn't know how much health he had, but apparently not that much, so. Okay, so this is actually, you know what, this is a pretty good rotation for him. Yeah, we got Resurrection F active, which gives us a little bit more defense. We're at 237k right there, which is, I mean, pretty solid considering we have the 70% chance to dodge. I'm going to get that with you, because, of course, Piccolo isn't crazy offensively, so he's not going to, he won't kill in slot 1 or anything. Now, this will do some damage to the Jaco. Dodge, bro. This will do some damage to these guys. Oh, no, double digits still. Okay. Okay, okay. 4.1. Pretty impressive, Piccolo. Okay. Pretty impressive. Okay, Jaco. Dodge. Thank you. That's all I ask of you. Just dodge. So, I believe that's... what is that? 2 or 3 dodges in now? So, as long as he dodges all the attacks following the super attack right here, we should be fine. And we'll be fully built up. So, we only have a high chance to dodge these, though. So, I'm kind of going on a little bit of a stretch. Okay, that's 1. Okay, and we got hit. I still think as long as we just throw Jaco in slot 1 during the final phase of Cell Max, you know, we have that 70% chance to dodge, so we'll be able to dodge a couple and then get fully built up then. But 6.4. So when this guy exchanges, he's going to be hitting very hard because we've been getting very lucky with additionals. With all those, like, stacks we're getting into. Because keep in mind, they are stacking attack by 30%, so. Jeez. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep the God Goku in slot 1, but then I'm going to keep these guys in slot 2. I'm going to try and get as many stacks with them as possible. So then when we are in the final phase of Cell Max, we can transform with them in... I mean, we'll be fine with normal attacks, but hopefully we will just dodge the super attacks because they do get that 30% chance to dodge when they transformed, and then they get, or when they transform into Super Saiyan Blue, and then they also get the extra dodge chance and crit chance with Rainbow Key Spheres. So, okay, so they're gonna kill right here. So we only got 1 stack. I probably should have purposely gotten the. Oh no, okay. Yeah, we got 2. Cool. Never mind then. So yeah, we're fine right here. Get some stacks in. And then this rotation, we're going to have Jaco. We did get a couple dodges in last rotation. I think we're only like 1 or 2 off from being fully built up. So hopefully defensively, we could be looking pretty good right here. And I am in a private server, so I can do this really cool thing where I can just use any item I want. So I can pop a Ghost Usher if I need to, if this rotation is that bad. But actually, you know what? This is a pretty good rotation. So I'm going to go ahead and just transform with them. Because as long as that last attack isn't a super attack, we'll be fine. And I'm going to chuck the boy in slot 1. Just to be safe, I'll pop a Sensu Bean. But other than that, I won't do any like stat alteration to these guys. 280k defense, pretty good. Actually, I'm not really worried about Jaco. I guess I'm not really worried about Piccolo either because he's in slot 2, so he's going to get that super attack off. But the gods, man. I think they might fumble me right here. Okay, yeah, I can do that and then get these tech orbs. So all right, get the dodges off, Jaco. That's really all I need. Perfect. So the main reason I came in here was a success. We got a dodge with a super attack. Great. Perfect. And then a 3.5 million attack stat. Look at that damage. Oh my god. So a lot of damage right there. So he dodged the super attack. But we took over 1 million damage just from 2 normals. So keep that in mind. If you bring Jaco in this event, if he doesn't dodge, you die. I kind of figured it would be like that, but I mean, I still had to check it out for myself. But yeah, I mean, that's been the showcase of Jaco. Let me know what you guys think of this unit. I think, jokes aside, because I know he took a lot of damage there with Cell Max, but keep in mind he has type disadvantage, and Cell Max could destroy anyone in this game, except for a couple units. So, I mean, still a great unit overall, though. I think he has a lot of value. As far as banner units go, this guy is just exceptional. That chance to dodge is going to help you out in so many events in this game. He's lowering attack, and he's stunning, so he's amazing for Super Battle Road or Extreme Super Battle Road. Pretty much as long as the event doesn't cancel dodging, you're fine. And then the fact that he's building up that attack and defense as you dodge attacks too is just great. I don't like how the chance to dodge drops to 50% once he's in slot 2 or 3. That is quite unfortunate, and that does kind of mess with just helping him build up. Because, you know, as you can tell just from watching the video, there was a couple times where, you know, we want him to build up, but because that chance to dodge dropped a little, he didn't get those dodges off, which, of course, meant he didn't build up as quick. So that for sure did affect his showcase a little bit right there. But I think overall a very good unit. You know, 70% chance to dodge, basically 70% chance to not take any damage at all, which is great. Or not basically, that is what it is, which is great. But, I mean, if you don't get that 70% chance to activate, you could for sure take some damage because defensively he's only getting at like 350k with support. And that can be a little bit on the lower end. So I could see how some people could run into an issue with that. But basically it just boils down to run this guy in events you can dodge in and you'll be fine. So yeah, that's been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this Jaco down in the comments, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.